So here's something you guys might not have known about me. One of my favorite hobbies, outside of movies and musical theater and all that stuff, I love playing cards. I actually got this nifty little Harry Potter deck right here for Christmas. But I gotta tell you guys, one of my favorite high school memories involves a deck of cards. Me and my theater buddies were at Denny's after a show one night. We were just sitting around playing bullshit. So to see these characters in this movie playing bullshit, the exact same game that we were playing back when we were kids, that just warmed my soul. Which is ironic considering what kind of movie this is. No Exit was directed by Damien. It's based off of a famous novel of the same name. It's the newest suspenseful, secluded thriller. It's brand new, exclusive to Hulu right now. And it's about a young woman named Darby who becomes stranded with a bunch of strangers in a motorway rest stop during a blizzard when she discovers a kidnapped girl in a van belonging to one of the strangers. So now she's got to investigate and figure out who it was behind all this. And those of you who've been with me for a while know that I love me a good claustrophobic thriller. I've reviewed Misery and The Shining both on the channel previously. Stephen King does have a knack for these sort of stories, huh? But this is actually not a Stephen King story, believe it or not. It does feel very much like a Stephen King story, and I will say that No Exit isn't necessarily going to reinvent the wheel in terms of the secluded thriller genre. The mystery of this movie is fairly solvable. You figure it out pretty much by the end of the first act. And the predictability of it, I think, is what's gonna hold No Exit back in the long haul, but that doesn't mean that this is a damn finely crafted film. And I think these types of movies are what really allows a director to thrive. Stanley Kubrick did so with The Shining, Rob Reiner did so with Misery, and now I think Damien shows his prowess with No Exit. This is a very tense, nail-biting movie. From start to finish, you could probably feel yourself gripping the armrests on your chair. And the way Damien finesses the camera around all this action, and there are some pretty gruesome elements to this movie as well, it just sends shivers up and down your spine, and you just can't help but feel uneasy when these strangers come into contact with each other for the first time, when they're actually playing the bullshit card game at the table. You can just feel the bomb under the tea table percolating. That may be my favorite scene in the whole movie, is the card game. God, man, I could just watch that scene for hours on end. I think all the acting in this movie as well is fantastic. Danny Ramirez is a great character. Dennis Haysbert has such an amazing presence on screen, and his voice, that's an actor's voice right there. Havana Rose Liu is our star here, and I honestly would love to see her get more work down the line. She is breathtaking in this film. Not only does this character have the emotional range that Havana Rose Liu really expertly explores, but I feel like she also has a lot to unpack herself, and honestly, this whole character arc, absolutely brilliant work. Thematically, this is a tough role to tackle, dealing with addiction and what have you. I will say that also leads me into a big problem that I have with this film. It's based off of a novel, as I mentioned previously. But a lot of these characters kind of feel a little bit underdeveloped because, believe it or not, this is a 95-minute runtime, which, don't get me wrong, that all makes No Exit a very easy film to sit through, honestly. It flew by, and I think the development was subpar at best, very surface level, and I really think that there was a missed opportunity for these screenwriters to dig a little bit deeper, because the acting prowess is there, the direction is there. I just think the scripts needed I think maybe one more rewrite, because especially towards the end of this film, and I'm not going to spoil anything just in case, but there are a lot of instances where people will do things that are very much out of character and feel very out of nowhere and ridiculous. Heck, maybe people will have fun with those moments, I don't know. But honestly, once the mystery starts unfolding in No Exit, this is, dare I say, excellent. And I think once Darby arrives at this rest stop on the side of the highway, there is no rest for the weary. And No Exit is very fun from start to finish. I'm gonna give No Exit a B-. This one's on Hulu, my friends, so very difficult for you guys to miss this one, I think. And I think especially if you're into claustrophobic thrillers like I am, you're gonna really dig this. But of course, this is all just my opinion. Let me know what you guys thought of No Exit all down there in the nifty comment section down below. It's all up to you to continue the conversation here. Obviously, I love making these videos, but seeing your guys' feedback down down in the comments makes things all the more fun for me, getting to interact with all of you lovely people. And if this is your first time visiting the channel today, what on earth are you waiting for? Go ahead and smash that subscribe button along with that notification bell right next to it as hard as you possibly can. That way you guys won't be missing out on any of my future videos down the line. And don't forget, smash that like button if you enjoyed the video as well. This really helps with the algorithm. And as always, guys, stay tuned for more exciting content hitting this channel very soon. I've already talked about it in a couple of videos, but Deathly Hallows Part 2, I will have that review up this Monday. Oh boy, there's a lot to talk about there. But speaking of, March is jam-packed. The Batman turning red. All of my fellow film buffs on here definitely know that March is stacked. I'm very excited to get to all that and much more. Y'all are the best. And with all that being said, back talk, commence.